We're joined by Bob Ferrier, who is Director of the Centre of Expertise for Water, that's CREW, here at the James Hutton Institute. Professor Ferrier, take a moment please to describe the work of the James Hutton Institute and what CREW does.
Well, thank you, David, and welcome to the Craigie-Buckler campus of the James Hutton Institute. The Institute is Scotland's largest agri-food and environment research institute, with over 500 scientists and associated PhDs and affiliated students. We focus on the sustainability challenge around the water, food, energy nexus, and we have two main campuses, one 70 kilometres south of here in Dundee, which focuses on agri-tech and the new era of agri-tech, including the disruptive industries around vertical farming and so forth. Here at this site here, we focus on natural resource management and importantly, how society can play a role in the decision making around how we look after our natural resources.
And here at Craigie-Buckler, you house the Hydronation International Centre. Tell us about that.
Indeed, yes, we're very pleased to host the Hydronation International Centre here at Craigie-Buckler. It pulls together many strands of the activities we do here and aims to add value to our efforts in support of Scotland's ambition around hydronation. We support innovation through being a key centre in the European Water Test Network that allows us to work with SMEs and companies to evaluate and validate some of the technologies they're trying to bring to market and help support that transition. We also have a long legacy of research here at the Institute, mainly around interdisciplinary science and how we take a holistic approach to water management. And that builds on a long history of looking at issues around catchment management, diffuse pollution, and particularly now into river basin planning and the new challenges around the managed water cycle as well as the natural water cycle. In addition to that, we support talent through hosting the Hydronation Scholars program, which brings together scholars from over 25 countries to Aberdeen to develop up their skills and become the water leaders of the future. And finally, we lead the Centre of Expertise for Waters, CREW, which brings over 300 scientists from across Scotland to work hand in hand with policymakers and industry and others so that we manage to bring forward the right knowledge to the right people at the right time to support decisions around the management of water.
We've been lucky enough to see around some of the research facilities, very modern research facilities here at Craigie-Buckler. Today we're filming you in front of this very interesting building, which is related to the heritage of the James Hutton Institute and the history of Scottish excellence in scientific research. What's the context?
Well, the James Hutton Institute, of course, is named after one of our great leading scientists from the Enlightenment. But the campus here was originally part of what was known as the Macaulay Land Use Research Institute. And before that, preceding that, was actually the Macaulay Institute for Soil Research. That was set up by a benefactor from the Western Isles in Scotland, T.B. Macaulay, who left a dowry and invested in this site to promote the sustainability and health of the soils in Scotland. And that was actually a focus on trying to increase the productivity of soils in Scotland. So we have a long history of evaluating the natural environment. And it's interesting now that some of the evaluations that we've done historically, for example, looking at our peat resources across Scotland, were originally done to look at peat as a fuel source. But now, in this century, we're looking at how we can use that peat resource as one of our carbon offsetting activities.